Alrighty, so as you might be able to see, I don't know if you can or not actually, but I have the thing I mentioned the other day, a couple days ago. I mentioned about, when did the video? I think I can't remember if I put the video online yet, but I think I have. Anyway, I mentioned that I've ordered a new mirror for my car, which has an Android device built into the back of the mirror, like a two-way mirror, a one-way mirror maybe I suppose, that has an Android thing right behind it, which has two cameras on it, has Wi-Fi, has FM transmitter. It sounds fucking exciting, and it's arrived. And I have mixed emotions about it. On one hand, yes, it's really fucking cool. Yes, it does do video capture, and it does do like YouTube and Spotify and all that good stuff. But there is some niggles about it, which there's always gonna be. When devices do loads of things, they don't always do them well. Like my dad used to say, right? I think he got it from his dad too, but he used to say, right, that if you've got a screwdriver, like a really good screwdriver, all it is a screwdriver. You can turn screws with it. You can open tins of paint with it. You can do a bunch of stuff with that one single screwdriver. But if you get a cheap device that's designed to be a screwdriver and a tin opener and a wood carver, it's going to do all those things really badly, rather than that one job really well. And that's generally the rule for these cheap knockoff things you get from China. No offense to China, China's great. I've got no issue with China, just they always tend to be from China. They tend to do some things really well, and some things not so much. And if you get a device that seems like it's going to be too good to be true, it usually is. But I'm used to that, and I went into this purchase with that knowledge. And I'm not disappointed, actually. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm really, really liking it. However, some assembly required. I don't mean that you've got to build it, because you don't. It's all assembled in the box. Well, I say that. I'll get into that later. But you do need to know what you're doing and be willing to invest in other things to get your product working properly. Let me explain. So, all of the ports, the power socket, the GPS port, which I'll get into again in a bit, and the what's the other one? The relay camera port, all come out of the top of the device, which makes sense because you don't want the wires dangling down in front of you. So I've got no issue with that. However, it doesn't quite fit because imagine a wire coming out of the bottom of your phone, right? Also, your phone, headphone socket, whatever. It comes out and it comes out. It's that much, isn't it? Whereas my mirror is against the roof of my car, so there's no room for the wire to come out and then go around. Now they thought about that because the wires they supplied are at a 90 degree angle, so they're okay. Like they come out a little bit, but then they go sideways straight away, so that's fine. Except the power cable they supplied, for some reason or other. Maybe it's my car, I don't know, but for some reason or other, it doesn't keep the device charged. It doesn't actually give it enough power to keep it running. The battery just dies, and it's got a very bad battery life, which I knew it would. It's always going to, isn't it? So I've ordered another cable from Amazon for about £6, which is 5 meters long and has a curved end at the top, so it should be fine. I also do need to invest in another USB to whatever you'd call it, to the car jack for the back socket, because for some reason the one I've got right now, I think it was a cheap one, doesn't seem to work very well. It gets very hot and after a while it seems to stop working, so I'm going to try and get a decent one, maybe like Belkin or some brand that I recognise at least. I'll try and get one of them instead, and hopefully that'll fix that issue. Along with the big wire, I can get it running on the side and that'll be great. At the moment, I don't have either of those things, so I've got it with a regular old USB cable that is a big one at the top that doesn't quite reach the back, so it's going through like a 2 meter extension cable, but that isn't long enough to run where I want it to along the edge of the car, so it's just going dangling down in front of the thing now, which is a bit weird. But because of that, of course, it doesn't fit above the mirror, so I've had to jam something behind the back of the mirror, between the old mirror and the new mirror, so that it angles it upwards, so that I can fold it down so it's about the right height. However, that means it's quite low down now, so it's a bit iffy. And of course, if it falls apart, like if the thing I've jammed in there falls out, then it's going to all fall apart and I'll be driving and it'll be really dangerous. So there's some concerns here, but I've ordered it. It's on Prime. It should be here in a couple of days, so that's good news. But this whole time that I've been recording this video, I have also been recording myself on the dash cam that comes in the mirror, in the rearview mirror. So, if I count to 3, 2, 1, now, you're now looking at the other camera. So I've been recording on this one instead. What the bloody hell was that? Oh, I knew it. Okay, it's fine. I don't know what the beeping was. So yeah, this is now the footage from the other camera. That you just heard there, if you heard it at all, was the Chinese voice that comes with the device that I cannot turn off. There is no option to disable this at all. It's rather obnoxious. Every hour it says something that I can't, something about timekeeping. Every hour on the hour, which is a bit disconcerting. But, I mean, whatever. It's one of them, isn't it? It also does some strange things whenever I unplug the power cable. I mean, it's a good feature when you unplug the power cable. It says the power's turned off now. I'm going to put the device to sleep or turn it off in the next 10 seconds. I just push the cancel button, which is good because that means I can leave it plugged in, turn the car off, and the power will go off, and it'll turn the device off, save it genuine battery life, which is great. That's really good news. But it does say some really long sentence in very broken English in a Chinese accent that tries to explain what's going on out loud every single time, and you can't stop it. It's ridiculously irritating. But anyway, this is on the footage of the camera now. I don't know how good the quality is. I've not even looked at it yet. No idea what the quality is like at all. It looks decent on the screen, to be honest. It's quite a high quality screen. But I have no idea like what it's like once you've taken it out and put it on YouTube. It's 1080p, and I only record on this other camera in 720p. So, I mean, maybe it's good. Who knows? It's not very good with the dark, but neither is the one I use. So, hey, maybe it'd be great. If it turns out to be really good, then maybe it'll be my main dash cam. Who knows? However, getting the footage off could be a bit of an issue because it's on. Although I think it's on microSD. Actually, thinking about it, if it's not, I can probably move it across to it. So maybe pop that out and take it because I'm really trying to avoid pulling this mirror off and on all the time because it comes with like rubber straps that I don't want to stretch, and I'm already stretching them really badly because I've got that extra thing underneath it. So it's, I don't know, I don't want to break it before I've had to properly use it yet. So move the mirror a little bit. There we go. So yeah, anyway, this is my thing. It's really great. I've only had it today. I'm working nights this week, as I mentioned last time, I believe. So I'm now driving to work at 8 o'clock in the evening, ready to start work at 9. Actually, yeah, so yeah, it's, I mean, maybe it'll be great, maybe it won't, I don't know, we'll see what it's like, but it is good for Spotify. Like I've got my Spotify saved to the SD card, so I can put it on Wi-Fi when I get home. I can download loads of music on there, and I can save them to the device, and it's grand. I can also tether it to my, I don't know where I put it, but actually even the camera has Wi-Fi in it, and 3G on it too, and 4G, actually, think about it. But I've also got a little MiFi sort of portable hotspot, which has 4 gigs of data on it too, so I can stream like any music, I can stream podcasts, I can stream YouTube if I didn't want to look at the screen. Do not watch the screen whilst you're driving, that is very dangerous. You shouldn't watch videos whilst driving. Public service PSA, don't watch videos whilst driving. Have them playing and listen to them, that's fine. Most of the stuff that I watch on YouTube, it works well that way because you can, I watch series of stuff, so I know the characters, and I know the YouTubers, so I can hear what they're doing and know what's going on. But don't watch videos when you're driving, that is dangerous. But otherwise, this is about it. I've had some troubles trying to get it charging, as I mentioned before. What's it on? Is it working okay now? It is maintained, so I've charged it at home with the mains, but not 100%. And I plugged it into the car in this dodgy ass contraption I made, and it is still currently 100%, so that's good news. But I've tried with other cables that haven't worked at all. I've tried with other chargers. Like I've got this, right? I thought this would be the answer. I thought this would solve my issues, right? This is a really well made. It's a very nice metal portable battery pack. Don't know which camera I'm using this camera and that camera. It also has a solar panel on the back. So I put it in the dashboard and it'll keep itself charged. Not quickly, I'm sure it'll be very, very slow, but I don't drive my car all the time. So in the times that my car is turned off and parked in my driveway, that battery will slowly charge itself up again, ready for me next time I turn the car on, and this mirror needs power. I thought it'd be great. But for some reason, it just doesn't power this. It's not that it pulls too much current, it definitely doesn't. It's just for some reason that when you plug it in, the device knows it's on power, but it doesn't actually start charging the battery for about 5 or 6 seconds. So I think somewhere in that delay, it confuses some of these batteries, because the batteries don't have a on button. They have a sort of self-detection system, so that when when they detect that you plug into a device, it'll start powering it. And I think that delay between when it gets plugged in and when it starts charging is really sort of affecting these automatic charger things. So it just doesn't work with them, which is really, really annoying. So I've got a load of battery packs. I live on batteries. It's amazing. It's stupid, really, but I've got loads of them. And I thought the solar powered one would really solve the issues, but it doesn't. Also, side note, the mirror's blue. Like, if I look in the mirror, look at what I can do, it's blue, which is really quite unnerving. But I think that'll be a good thing because it should stop glare behind. Like, if someone's got their main beams behind me, it should stop that being an issue. But I don't know if it will, and I don't know why it's blue in the day. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Anyway, I've been talking for a long time now. This is probably on video number 3 now, so I think I've gone at least past 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes now. So, hope you've enjoyed. Hope this video is actually watchable. Don't know which camera I'll use the most of. Maybe if this one is rubbish, then I'll be on that one most of the time. But if that's rubbish, I'll be on that one most of the time. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the video edit. But thank you very much for watching, both of you cameras, and I'll see you both later.